Yeah. Look, man, we not keep y'all too long. I'm just like, I see they trying to trade Shadeur. At least that's what the media trying to say. I don't like it. I don't like it. We ain't gonna harp on that too much. I'm gonna just comment that like in recent history where there's smoke, there has been fire with the Cleveland Browns. So as a fan, I am very upset that y'all might be trading Shador. I ain't gonna front. I don't like this. I like the weapons that he got. I like the run game and the tight end combination. I like to see what he gonna do with this him and Isaiah Bond. Like I'm almost feeling like he gone already. I don't like that, man. I don't like that. Get in the chat. Let me know where y'all tuning in from, man. We gonna get straight into it, just so y'all know what's going on. We gonna check out G Bush for a minute. He's gonna break down the Monken strategy. So, like, no, these ain't the same players, but this is a huge showcase of Todd Monken taking what he has and what's good, and then putting that on the field. And then you're gonna even see him. Sorry, the kids is outside going crazy playing. So it's like you're gonna see him put people in position, and then not only is the people in position, but then they go out and execute. No, don't get involved in kid affairs. Y'all need to handle yourselves. So I just think we're gonna get an example of this. Now, granted, we don't have an MVP caliber quarterback, but I do think that this could be, and this will be really, really good, man. Shout out to Cecil Shorts. He the one told me that Todd Monken was the truth, and I seen what he did, and either he's a liar or he just overconfident. But he done said he got based off what he do. He said he got two starting level quarterbacks. Based on what he said he liked the talent in the room. That's all I need. That's all I need to hear, man. Let's get into this G Bush. He gonna break it down. G Bush gonna break it down for y'all.
They asked me, what do you think this offense is going to look like? I said, I already know what it's going to look like, but I'm going to show you today. I think Todd Monken is going to be masterful. The way he creates angles, the way he creates positioning, the way he creates certain things for guys to get open. I'm going to show you a couple of plays the Baltimore Ravens ran in which creativity is night and day from what they used to do with the Cleveland Browns. But first, let's talk about his resume.
Experience matters in the NFL. Enter Todd Monken, the Browns' 19th head coach, arrives with a resume built across college football's biggest stages in the NFL's most demanding environments. For Todd Monken, coaching was never a single career choice. It was a family tradition. His father coached, his brother coaches, his cousin coaches. Football wasn't just something discussed on weekends. It was the topic of conversation at the dinner table. Maybe that's why in a Monken offense, everyone seasons in college football. As head coach at Southern Miss, he inherited an 0-12 team, and within 2 years, innovated their offense to nearly 40 points per game on the way to a division championship. His final collegiate stop was in Athens, Georgia. As offensive coordinator, Monken led a top 10 offense to the Bulldogs' first title since 1980, and then repeated in 2022. Every stop has left first-round talent and trophies in his wake. For Monken,
the players are the ones that make it come to life. Our job is to put a great plan together, but ultimately they're the ones that make it come to life.
That philosophy translated seamlessly to the NFL. In Tampa Bay, Monken unlocked Mike Evans to 3 straight 1,000-yard seasons, 2 of them as a Pro Bowler. During his stint in Cleveland, his system helped Nick Chubb become one of the league's top running backs. And in Baltimore, Monken took an offense to the upper echelon of the NFL, producing an MVP season from Lamar Jackson, league best rushing production from Derrick Henry, 12 Pro Bowlers, and 5 All-Pro selections along the way. Now, Coach Monken returns to Cleveland, proven as a builder, a teacher, and a player's coach.
I'm going to tell you what. This is the reason why when
Now,
people
are
talk
y'all
about
not entertained? That was a quick, easy, digestible rundown of the man's credentials. Like, I mean, I'm still excited.
Why you believe that the Cleveland Browns can get these amount of wins, and why do you believe this? See, a lot of people don't even understand. Todd Monken was already in Cleveland. He was already in Cleveland. It's kind of funny that people don't be known this. He was already in Cleveland working as the offensive coordinator. However, the coach at the time was the player who was calling play. So he was relegated to having input, not really. So when you talk about it, it's so funny because you would actually think that this ain't happened before. Nah, Todd Monken has been here before. And you talk about what our offensive running game was when Nick Chubb was cooking. He's been here while Nick Chubb was cooking. So there's a thing that he does. He not only makes your offensive game better, he does a great job of scheming up front. See, the difference between a lot of people's offensive line, understanding what offensive linemen do is not in the vernacular. It's not in the purview of what regular people usually watch. Most people say they don't even know what linemen do. They're just up there. But there are so many ways that you can create angles for your offensive linemen to block people, to reach people, to out-leverage people. Offensive line schemes is all about leveraging. Think of it as
maybe
a
about
great
30 more minutes.
Being outflanked. Most battles in antiquity came down to, hey, that was the number one tactic. Hey, we gonna outflank you, right? It's still the same thing. Sometimes you don't need to blow people off the ball. You just need to be in where they need to go. Sometimes you need to just cut them off at the pass. Sometimes you need to reach.
Take a look
Get
at
to
this.
the tape, G-Bush.
Split out to the right. Looks like they're getting some man coverage over here from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You've got a big line right here. You got your 5 offensive linemen. You got a big tight end right here. And you've got Patrick Ricard, who motions into kind of that offset I formation on the strong side of the formation.
Notice, this is why it's key. This is why when I keep trying to tell y'all, there ain't no stupid quarterbacks that's in Todd Monken's playbooks. There ain't no stupid quarterbacks that start for Todd Monken. When you say they don't know what's going on, what you're doing, how to move guys, it's so many moves prior to snapping the football. You got to have a mastery level of where everybody is at. The tight ends, the offensive lines, all this stuff. Well, they don't know how to. No.
Formation. Right now it's balanced. He goes over there. So you see the 2 linebackers for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They move over as well. But it's just well executed, good physical football. Lamar says, all right, we're good. Can, here we go. They still don't change anything on the down lineman. So the down lineman, you have a gap here in the A gap. And you got out here, lined up with the tackle, and you got somebody in a wide 9. On this side, you only have the 1-2. You have a defensive back here. Now, the linebackers, they shift over, but watch as the action unfolds. Mar says we're good to go. Because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 guys on this side. You're going to get, obviously, your center moving over there as well, Linderbaum. So here we go. So it's kind of a move this way. We're going to get a double team here. Bakari, I don't know if he could kick out, go around it, but he's going to go get to that next level, and Ricard is going to get here. So what you're going to have is double, and now we've got this lane. Look at this wall by the offensive.
You see what I'm talking about? It's all about creating leverage and angles. No, it's not necessarily did we just drive you off the football. Look at the lane that is created. You ask how Derrick Henry getting 2,000 yards. Well, let me just show you. It starts how you scheme guys open up front. And a lot of times we always say, now mind you, we talk about it. Now, if this was Cleveland, if this was the Browns and we were talking about the Cleveland Browns, you know what we would do? We would say Quinshon Judkins is only averaging 2.3 yards per carry. We would say Quinshon Judkins is pretty good, but he didn't average that many yards per carry. Well, actually, can you extrapolate and tell me why he only averaged that yards per carry? It has a lot to do with what you're doing up front. Watch the kick out by the fullback. Watch the seal.
Lines. They all get to the inside shoulder of the guys that they're blocking. Look at it again. Inside shoulder, inside shoulder, inside shoulder. Linderbaum's right there. McCarry's going to be able to peel up. Double here. You've got Ricard here. And really the only person that can make this play, because look at them get off of that block. Look at Stanley and Charlie Kohler get off that block. You get off the initial block. They drive him back, get to the second level, seal that off. So this is going to be the only person.
When you talk about yards per carry, you automatically have to discuss and decide and figure out, okay, well, when is he getting contacted? Derrick Henry in this play is going to get 4 to 5 yards before another defender is even contacting him, before he gets touched. So yes, yards per carry is important, but also how much penetration are you getting? How many guys are in the backfield? How many yards are you getting before the first defender contacts you? And a good running scheme and a good running back is going to be able to run and not be contacted while he immediately gets the football. Let's finish this play out. Let me finish this play. Here we go. Oh, dang, I done messed it up. My bad. Here we go. Boom. We'll hear it again.
Inside shoulder. Linderbaum's right there. McCarry's going to be able to peel up. Double here. You've got Ricard here. And really the only person that can make this play, because look at them get off of that block. Look at Stanley and Charlie Kohler get off that block. You get off the initial block. They drive him at level, seal that off. So this is going to be the only person that can make this play now. That's it and gone. Look at this wall right here. And then Derrick Henry, all he has to do, put the grab, whoop, you over pursue.
Now, the running back can't block for himself. The running back, when you're talking about coaching running backs, you got to make a guy miss. If your offensive line is doing their job, it is your job to make the first guy miss. If you make the first guy miss and you got a hat on a hat, you make the first guy miss. Let me take this down so y'all can see. Y'all can see it. If it's a hat on a hat and you make the first guy miss, you're off to the races. You're off to the races. That is the difference between a 12-yard game and a touchdown. And I believe we got a running back that can make a guy miss. Quinshon Judkins to show you that. Watch this play.
Play now. That's it and gone. Look at this wall right here. And then Derrick Henry, all he has to do, put the grab, whoop, you over pursued. and he is gone. And look at this. You got an offensive line that's fired up. Look at Linderbaum right here. He wants touchdown. It's not going to be a touchdown, but look at everybody on the sideline. They're fired up. Look, he's dancing with him. How about it? So it's an offense having fun, an offense blocking well. They finally get Derrick Henry down right around by the goal line. But again, using the leverage, using that late motion, and then good fundamentals. And part of why I'm showing this is because the good fundamentals of this line, George Warhop coming with Todd Monken.
George Warhop, same concepts. He came over. This is the type of offense you're going to see. These are the type of the plays that you're going to see. And when we talk about quarterback, guess what makes the quarterback look very good in this? See, now we're inside the red zone. And I just gashed you for 80 yards with Derrick Henry. What do you think we're going to want to run? What do you think they're going to load up on? They're going to pull right back up for the run play, and now we got play action. Now we can run some different things where, guess what? You don't expect it coming. The looks are much easier.
To be the offensive line coach for your Cleveland Browns. But again, you've got the leverage right here. 3 guys to the left side on the line, 2 to the right, so they're going to be able to get the double team, blow him off. You get McCarry coming around. He picks up the linebacker. Ricard with the kick out, and it's almost just too easy. And there you see the natural line. Antoine Winfield Jr. is going to overrun it. Derrick Henry gone. Gets a nice block there from Kohler, and that is another big play for the Baltimore Ravens. Good fundamentals, good technique, good execution.
Love it. Love it. Why do you think this offense is going to be good, G. Bush? Why do you feel like it's going to be good, the quarterback? Well, maybe you should be watching the offensive line and the schemes too, bro. That's the difference between me and you. Hey, let's keep it pushing. Give me one more. You got another one? You got something else, G. Bush? Yeah, I got something. Let's cook.
Receivers this time off to the left. You got your tight end Mark Andrews here on a wing.
Notice, new formation. Hey, look, man. Hey, Nathan is a flip-flopper. I know he's a Browns employee, so he shouldn't even be doing independent interviews speaking about the team. Nah, listen, here's the thing we got to say about this, bro. Film breakdown don't got nothing to do with no emotion. Film breakdown ain't got nothing to do with no emotion. When you diagramming and diagramming what it's going to look like, see, that's a difference. It's a difference between what your opinion is. That's why I'm showing you the plays. It's a difference between.
Yeah, y'all, we're going to get into more of the film breakdown. But before we get into that, like, just look at these schemes. It's going to look good. At the end of this, I am going to be playing the spaces from Felton, man. One of the best Cleveland Browns spaces out right now is, what Felton and Lorenzo doing, what L doing on the spaces tip real Browns fans 30 years in talking, creating a system, a network to be able to express and react to some of these major pundits that be talking crazy. So, all right, we're going to get into it. I'm going to put that in at the end.
Between what your opinion is and what it's saying right now. That's why it's important to show this. Because I think a lot of times people talk about it. It's like, okay, you flip it on this one, you flip it on that. That's opinion-based. And everybody do opinion-based content. Everybody ain't going, like, when you get new information, you might flip-flop. But the reality of the situation is what I'm trying to show you is right here. I'm trying to show you what the difference is between flip-flopping and doing whatever your opinion is and this concrete information. This concrete right here.
We trying
to show you and educate you what your Cleveland Browns is going to be running. So the next time they say to you, oh, this person ain't no good, or why you believe this person will be good, or why you think you guys are delusional, you can say, well, I'm watching what he said. I'm watching what he's talking about.
Got that big fullback, Patrick Ricard, as you get ready here to go against the Buffalo Bills. And now we're in a pistol formation. So Lamar Jackson pistol, that gives an easy two-way go for the running back. That's why teams like the pistol. You can go right, you can go left. No tells, really. Ball snapped. Again, remember we talked about Lamar Jackson. Watch 57 is going to be held, waiting for the bootleg. And then you get good, just off the ball, downhill. Linderbaum is going to get to the second level. I mean, the block by Ricard right here is unbelievable. So this is called a...
Notice, now this play right here, this is a good... They call this a wham play or a trap play. You can call it multiple. Wham or trap. Wham or trap. This is called a wham or a trap play. So on this wham play, you're going to have the tight end or your fullback. And you'll see a lot of more fullback sets with the Cleveland Browns coming up this year. You're going to...
Sorry, y'all. Listen to what G. Bush is about to say here. He's about to, playing football. I think we got a lot of good football players on this team, y'all. That's all I can say. You got to feel it.
Block back. They're going to influence the guy upfield, and you're going to block back to create leverage. This is all about showing how leverage is used in a run game.
Trap block or a wham block. Look at it from behind. So what they're going to do here is they're going to let 91 get up the field so that they can get to the second level against the blocks, and Patrick Ricard's actually going to come here and wham block him as Derrick Henry goes. So they allow the penetration.
You can also call this an influence trap. They're inviting or influencing the defensive tackle to get upfield, and then we're going to catch him off guard. Now, in this play, when defensive linemen are let go, think about it. What you want to do is you want to have that guy thinking, oh, we done blew an assignment. Look at you, got a free little runner, Lamar Jackson. You're going to be upfield on Lamar J, about to get you a sack. No, you're not. We let you get upfield because now we're going to move, and we're going to move to the next level. You out to play. As a defensive lineman, what they want to do is, as a defensive lineman, somebody was doing that to me, the thing that you should feel is, hold on, you got to feel the screen. You got to feel the draw. You have to feel the trap. Know something is up. You've been fighting, scratching, clawing all day to get in the backfield. You think they just let you get in the backfield to concept because people are.
Oh, I just had. Yeah, that's Patrick Ricard coming. So you get right here. Rosengarten gets the block. Linderbaum is able to get to the second level, all because they just let 91 go through. So they actually, look at this. This is really good. So Rosengarten is going to block here. You're going to get the wham block here. The right guard's actually going to come around, and he is going to block here. Linderbaum's going to get to that second level, and you got Mark Andrews out in front of it. So they're going to let him come up, and he's going to get the wham block. Rosengarten here. They're actually going to bring the right guard over. He's going to seal here. Linderbaum goes up top. And then Mark Andrews, he's going to go pick off this safety.
This is very sophisticated. This is very sophisticated offensive line scheming, because what it does, it involves. Now, let me just give you to give you an insight to what Todd Monken thinks about. As an offensive lineman, when you're walking to the line of scrimmage, your blocking assignments change based on what front they're in, based on what the defensive alignment is, right? So now if you look up, and they have a guy that's head up on you and you thought he was going to be on your inside shoulder, your blocking scheme changes. So the fact that they have this much movement shows that they've been able to rep this and to have execution with moving targets. The wham block, then the fold block from the guard, fold blocking, and then having Linderbaum get up immediately on the linebacker. The fact that you're going to have Mark Andrews directly to the third level. This is the third level. It's not the second level. He's blocking a safety. This is very sophisticated. And this is the way good teams, it's tough because you will blow assignment because there's a lot of moving parts. But if you can consistently execute this stuff, it keeps the defense off kilter.
So really, all it's going to take is Derrick Henry just has to beat the corner on the outside to execute so well. So there it is. Block.
And I do think we have the offensive pieces. Look at all the old linemen we brought in, old and young. We're going to get the players we need to execute this offense. I think we have them in the room. They just got to figure out who the ones. It's a lot of good competition. But in this locker room versus most in the NFL right now, who the ones is going to come through some competition. And I like it. Like Jerry Jeudy ain't even safe. I'm hearing Boston, the number one receiver. How you think Jeudy feel about that? He can't be doing all them drops this year. I'm hearing Boston the number one. We already know KC. They going to have him. He going to get a lot of targets. We looking at probably like 12, 15 targets a game for KC. Isaiah Bond, been Shadeur's home run hitter. Really hoping they not trading Shadeur. Really hoping they not. I think Andrew Berry, and then if Andrew Berry trades Shadeur, I can't believe nothing he say, because he was saying he got Shadeur back and all types of stuff. So, like I said, Spaces chat is coming up right after this. I'm setting it up now, but we're going to get back into more of this film. This is why I believe Todd Monken is the answer. Like, we're going to get some offense this year.
Up to the second level, block here. Linderbaum's going to get this block. Rosengarten block here. You get the wham block, and now you got Mark Andrews coming up to be the lead blocker. Derrick Henry cuts it right up, and now he's got that window. Because remember, this corner's thinking, I got to keep outside contained. Because when he gets the ball right here, he's got a two-way go. He can go here, knowing he's got his block, or he can bring it outside and take on the corner.
This is a great block by Mark Andrews. Watch how he hunkers down. Watch how he moves his feet. He doesn't grab. There's a lot of tight ends that would get called for holding right here because they reach their arms out when this corner gives them a move. Corners aren't going to run. They're going to try to make you miss by making moves in the open space. Watch how Mark Andrews moves his feet, hunkers down, and gets low instead of grabbing. This could turn into a big play coming back because you're grabbing. But watch Mark Andrews on this play.
He says, look at this lane. I'm going to go right up in here. But the corner is going to have to respect this and stay wide. So it actually gives him an alley to get up and get out through.
That's basically
again,
Fannin Jr.
Well executed.
Fannin Jr. going to be able to make that block or at least make contact for Quinshon.
These are some concepts you're going to be seeing Quinshon Judkins use here under Todd Monken.
I'm letting you know. We setting it up. This is what you're going to see. This is what you're going to see. And you know how you feel about it, right? We didn't took a look, right? We didn't took a look at the run game. You say, well, G. Bush, what does it have to do with the pass game? Well, listen, when you're so creative in the run game and you're getting gashed, as we saw 2 different formations, what's the next thing?
Thing that's been a staple of Todd Monken's passing attacks is that they have a lot of air yards per attempt, and that's a lot of yards per attempt, and get the ball down the field. But yeah, we need a total overhaul of this offense, and that's, I think, one of the reasons why Todd Monken was so appealing.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm
That's
working. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah. He was. See, that's the thing. When you're doing the film breakdowns or whatever, there's so many things that come across the screen. I wasn't really referencing. I wasn't referencing them on that. I was talking more along the lines of the film game. So in the chat, people be going back and forth the whole time. I don't know what y'all be talking about, but it's all good. But no, this is the thing, and one of the reasons why people are so interested in seeing what Shadeur Sanders can do is because he is going to push the ball downfield. He is going to
appreciate the retweet, y'all.
Right? He is going to make those throws downfield, and that's why it's important to take a look at some of those things. Let's take a look at this. 1,826 people in here. Let's take a look. I like this. Shout out to this guy here. He gives you 5 plays that he likes that Todd Monken was cooking with.
Top 5 favorite play calls from Todd Monken this season.
Notice who's this against. Notice who this against. Your Cleveland Browns. You see what I'm saying? See, this is the great thing because we got self-scouting going around. This Myles Garrett on this field right here. Huh? Watch how he moves and maneuvers with these plays. Watch.
At number 5, I have this red zone TD pass from Lamar Jackson to Talon Wallace against the Browns. Wallace comes in an insert motion through the C gap and runs a pylon. Play action fake the outside zone and a great pass from Lamar Jackson.
Man, that's tough. He fakes the outside zone, and usually when you got an inward motion and towards the line of scrimmage, that receiver could be cracking down on the defensive end, doing all kind of stuff. He then runs the banana route back outside, off the play action, touchdown.
Here's the touchdown. This play was set up really nicely earlier in the drive as the Ravens ran trap out of the same formation with that same C-gap insert from Wallace. At number 4, I have...
Run it back. Remember what I talked about. The way Todd Monken runs this system is he's going to run something, and he may run trap out of it. He may run zone out of it. He may run gap scheme out of it. But he comes back, gives you the same exact options, the same exact formation, same exact motion, same exact... It looks like the same play, but he comes back and runs it completely different. Here we go. Let me show you. Here we go.
Red zone TD pass from Lamar Jackson to Talon Wallace against the Browns. Wallace comes in the insert motion through the C gap and runs a pylon.
Right before it. This was the one he ran during that drive. And watch what the receiver comes down and does, and Wayne blocks him. He blocks this time. Make sure you check this out.
This play was set up really nicely earlier in the drive as the Ravens ran trap out of the same formation with that same C-gap insert from Wallace. At number 4, I have this tackle over fake toss from week 18. So you have a tackle over bunch look. The fake toss gets the linebackers and safety taking run read steps, and they lose Zay Flowers on this through route for a 64-yard touchdown.
Wide open.
Linebackers and safety taking run read steps. At number 4, I have this tackle over fake toss from week 18. So you have a tackle.
That's a tackle right there, boys and girls. That's a tackle. Watch the fake, and watch how the Steelers aggressively count how many people is in the line of scrimmage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 guys close to the line of scrimmage. Watch how they fake the toss and watch how everybody. Watch this corner at the bottom of the screen. Watch how he almost fall down. Watch this.
Over bunch look. The fake toss gets the linebackers and safety taking.
Oh, look at this man right here. Look at 22. You look like you're doing a Cupid shuffle right now. You look like you got your hands on your knees. My goodness, here we go.
Run read steps, and they lose Zay Flowers on this through route for a 64-yard touchdown. They set that play up the week prior with the same look down.
They set that play up the week prior. They ran something out of that look, showed it. This is the prior week. They showed it against the Packers. Different scenario. Watch this.
Down in the low red area. Same tackle over bunch look, and they run pin and pull toss for a walk-in touch.
So they had bring this back. Bring it back. I need y'all to get this. This is why it's important. Yeah, it's cool to be arguing with folks. It's cool to pull them receipts out. But it's also cool to tell them, this is exactly why I think the Cleveland Browns going to get 8 wins. This is exactly why. And if you, my good people, want these levels of breakdowns, we do this at every single game. You're going to get this as part of your membership. If you want to become a member, hey, listen, matter of fact, scan the QR code. You get this level right here with me and Tyvis Powell after every single game. And it's important because it's things like this. This was a touchdown, but it was set up the previous week. Watch.
Look, the fake toss gets the linebackers and safety taking run read steps, and they lose Zay Flowers on this through route for a 64-yard touchdown. They set that play up the week prior with the same look down in the low red area, same tackle over bunch look, and they run pin and pull toss for a walk-in touchdown.
That's how you layer. That's how you scheme. You got to layer and scheme. See, if we talking battle rap, you know, when you facing a dude like Loaded Lux, you're going to have to deal with schemes,
battle rap.
wordplay. You're going to have to deal with punching. You're going to have to deal with bars. You're going to have to deal with presence, stage presence. You're going to have to, come on. He's layering it up on you dudes. He showed the pin and pull the week before against the Packers and then came back and said, oh, you thought you was going to see that on film, Pittsburgh? Yeah, we're going to show you the same formation. So when you jump this little run play, the pin and pull, oh, fake the toss. I see Zay Flowers crossing the formation. Stop playing around with me. I'm not playing.
At number 3, I have this fake jet sweep tunnel screen from week 1 against the Bills. The jet sweep motion gets...
Look how everybody pointing and looking. Look at this number 17 at the top of the screen. Look how they just confused. Listen, the Cleveland Browns had none of this in their playbook because they had a vanilla, non-play calling head coach in Kevin Stefanski that had a high school playbook. You're showing levels to this thing. Bring them in motion, Todd.
Number 3, I have this fake jet sweep tunnel screen from week 1 against the Bills. The jet sweep motion gets all 3 linebackers moving lateral, leaving linemen blocking DBs out on the perimeter.
Touchdown.
Coming in at number 2, I have this GH
Touchdown.
walk-in touchdown.
So watch how many. So remember what I told you as a defensive lineman. When somebody is giving you draw or screen, you have to retrace your steps. But it's a difficult look if you've given me more than one false look. He brings the jet motion across. That jet motion freezes all the linebackers. That was one piece of eye candy. Then he goes back from the same side day formation that they brought the jet sweep and throw a screen, a wide receiver tunnel screen to the opposite short side of the field. Come on. Do you know how many false positive that is? And then he get a hat on the hat. Watch this.
At number 3, I have this fake jet sweep tunnel screen from week 1 against the Bills. The jet sweep motion gets all 3 linebackers moving lateral, leaving linemen blocking DBs out on the perimeter.
Look at where all their linebackers are. Look at 7, 8, and 58 all the way over here. There's nobody up to stop this.
Coming in at number 2, I have this GH counter bluff reverse against the Patriots. The guard pulling and the fake handoff gets these linebackers flowing, and Zay gets some great blocks downfield.
The Casey Concepcion play. Watch him run the counter. They faked the counter and came back and tossed it in the orbit motion to Zay Flowers, a.k.a. that's the same thing Casey Concepcion gonna get it.
First against the Patriots. The guard pulling and the fake handoff gets these linebackers flowing, and Zay gets some great blocks downfield.
Good block by Isaiah Likely. Down.
Before I get to number 1, just a quick reminder to code Cooper NFL to get up to 1 more Jackson sprinting out.
Go ahead.
And last but not least,
before we
the
do
most
this,
fancy platform in the
I
world.
ain't a hater. Hey, man, go check out Cooper NFL for sleeper picks. We appreciate you, Cooper. Make sure you check out and get that $100. We ain't no hater. Come on, man. I like what you did right there. Support independent content. We ain't about to fast forward that. Let's go.
Try daily fantasy picks and use promo code Cooper NFL to get up to $100 match on your first deposit.
There we go.
And last but not least, the fake tush push.
Now, guess what? Guess who this is against? Your Cleveland Browns. Guess who this is against? Your Cleveland Browns. Watch this. This broke our soul. This broke us.
Promo code Cooper NFL to get up to $100 match on your first deposit. And last but not least, the fake tush push, aka Hurricane. What made this play work so well was Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson sprinting out to the backside, which took the Browns' last line of defense out of the play. This was set up perfectly the week prior as the Ravens ran a tall sweep to Lamar out of that same formation. The Giants should consider themselves lucky if they land Todd Monken, as I believe he's one of the best offensive minds in the game.
Nah, the Giants didn't get him. The Browns got him. Nah, the Giants didn't get him. Watch the setup game. Run it back again. This is why when they ask you, I just want you to download it. 1,812 people in here. This is why you should subscribe to the channel. We don't just give you, oh, we're going to get receipts and argue about Cleveland. We don't care nothing about no Cleveland media, what they talk about. That's cool. You can talk, but we trying to educate. It comes down to the game of football. When they ask you, why do you think the Cleveland Browns can win these many games? These guys aren't that good. You know what they're telling you? It comes down to the quarterback. After these dudes sound crazy. Have we talked about anything with quarterbacks in this film work? No. We talked about blocking. We talked about angles. We talked about setting and layering your playbook up. We talked about what you can run, but if you make sure that things look the same. We talked about eye candy. We talked about motion. We talked about running sequences. See, that's the difference. You can get caught up in talking about all of this tabloid stuff, and you forget that the game of football are actually played on a grass field with other grown men ready to get it done. Don't get it twisted. The reason they talk about quarterback so much is because the quarterback is something of a marketing tool. Quarterback is expanded the NFL. The quarterback is the reason. The marketing of the quarterback is the reason the NFL prints money. They took what the NBA did under Magic and Bird and amplified it. They said, man, we can get good versus evil, fast versus slow, rich versus poor, black versus white. They give you a narrative. They figured out that when it exploded with Magic and Bird in the NBA, they said, well, listen, we got quarterbacks. How's about we name something franchise quarterback, something everybody can get around. We don't need We don't need to be over the top. We just need to know to get them. Everybody needs to understand what a franchise quarterback is. And it's the same reason that people can justify how you can do whatever you want as long as you try to get a franchise quarterback. But let me just tell you this. On the barbershop, this year is going to be great. By the way, the schedule didn't already came out. G. Bush is at training camp. G. Bush at training camp. I'm going to be right over there. Y'all come out and see me at training camp. How y'all doing? G. Bush will be right over at training camp. By the way, Final Cut will be at training camp. Earl to Pearl, G. Bush, Tyvis Powell. We will be in the mix. Oh, in the scrums, G. Bush will be there in the scrums. Hey, how y'all doing? Y'all doing good today? Hey, Todd, how you doing? G. Bush is in the building. We're gonna get footage. Hey, let me get that right over there. Let me get that little footage right there. Let me take my little thing. So just so you know, and then we're gonna give you something, and then I'm gonna come back and get on the sticks right after camp. G. Look, I told y'all. Wait, listen. Man, I didn't know G. Bush was that big. He's about 6'5", 270 right now. We in the building. So we're going the content about to kick all the way up because when this season it's gonna
It's gonna
be a lot of football talk. If you are about football,
come on.
Ball sweep to Lamar out of that same formation.
Hit the like button, hit the subscribe. So go ahead. Here we go.
But not least, the fake tush push, aka Hurricane. What made this play work so well was Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson sprinting out to the backside, which took the Browns' last line of defense out of the play. This was set up perfectly the week prior as the Ravens ran a tall sweep to Lamar out of that same formation. The Giants should consider themselves lucky if they land Todd Monken, as I believe he's one of the best offensive minds in the game.
No. Yeah, they keep talking about the quarterbacks forgetting that run game. I'm here to tell you, bro. It's levels. The thing that's scary is this. The reason that Todd Monken and a lot of people like myself who think that the Cleveland Browns can be better than people give them credit for is not based. It's not based on, I don't know what kind of stuff they're basing it on. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Culture wars, you know. I don't know what it is. But it's no coincidence that the players who lived it, breathed it, ate it, slept it, Bernie Kosar seems to think highly of the Browns, what they can do. We didn't mention Coach Prime, Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, P.J. Houshmandzadeh, Drew Bledsoe, Kurt Warner, Brady. I just keep going. I got a list of names of guys that have done it at a high level, top 10 guys, big time guys. And I continue to come back to the same thing. It's not. Do not let. See, this is the thing. Don't forget about this. Don't forget about this. Oh yeah, we got draft parties too. We got not draft parties, but we do watch parties too. Every game we're gonna do a watch.
All right,
party.
that's it for this one.
We're kicking it in high gear on the bar.
That's it for this.
We
one,
are the
man.
streets. We will feed the street. Here's the premise that you got to get.
All right, now we're gonna get into this McNeil Warren.
Welcome back to the
Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, man. Really like this show. They really keep me posted on a lot of just Cleveland sports in general, especially like the Guardians. I don't follow them crazy, but I get what I need about the Guardians from the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. So they do a good job on hitting all of the three major sports markets in Cleveland. So it really is an Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. I would like to actually see them cover high school football a little bit more, but that's just me. Now, on this, we're going to look into McNeil Warren. I'm high on McNeil Warren. I really think we have a chance of getting the perfect safety. I've seen him play pass. I've seen him play the run. I've seen him play the bait game where it's like, oh, you thought you had that pass over the middle? Hit stick. So, I mean, barring he don't get a bunch of fines for his play style because he plays tough. And he almost give me vibes where it's like he make people think they open, like he's setting up the hit sticks. So Tyvis gonna break it down. He was a DB, and I'm just interested to see. I ain't watched this one yet.
It's time for Professor Powell. I want to know what his PhD is in. Tyvis, what did you get your degree in? As we talk about Emmanuel McNeil Warren today with Tyvis, what's your PhD in?
Well, the thing about me, Jason, is I know defenses, but more particularly, I know defensive back play like the back of my hand. So therefore, I got my PhD in defensive backs, actually.
Well, this is a good topic for you. Obviously, the Browns traded up to get Emmanuel McNeil Warren out of Toledo in the second round. Andrew Berry swore that they were choosing between him and Boston with their first pick of the second round. They couldn't believe EMW was still on the board when they got him. What do you see on film? Why do they like him so much, and why do they want to move up to get him?
Well, I see a guy that's a playmaker. I mean, this dude does a really good job of getting the football back. If you watch some of his clips, he understands peanut punching, which is when you punch the ball out. So he's forced a lot of fumbles. He's got interceptions where he's been in the middle of the field from the post. He's done it. He's played half man, got it. He gets the big hits on big plays. I mean, this guy does everything that you want out of the DBs. One of the things that I liked about him the most is he got what they call contact speed. And for people that don't know what contact speed is, that's when you get to when you see the ball carrier, right? And you, without a doubt, are going to make contact. You speed, you get fast. It's boom. It's right now. When you watch his clip, he got contact speed. And I think that is important because it helps you with not missing tackles. You know, so many people get there and they start pattering their feet, and it allows the ball carrier to be able to make moves. When you got that contact speed, when you're trying to run through somebody's legs or their face, they won't have the ability to do that. If they stop their feet, it's going to end up for a bigger spot, a bigger hit. So to me, I think he's a total package. I've been going back and forth where I would put him because you got now 3 safeties in that room. And it's funny, ironically enough, he got some of Ronnie Hickman in him, but he also got some Grant Delpit in him. After going back and forth, I think the best place for him is to be closer to the line of scrimmage, to the ball. I will put him in a nickel position or I will put him in that box safety position. Reason being, rather than the post, is that he's in the post.
I don't know. I want him at the free. I want him at the free, but interchangeable. Like if you bring I want him to be like a slot killer. I think Delpit is already the tight end slayer. Like great tight ends play horrible against Delpit because he put in work. I want y'all to try to counter that with a slot on the other side, and then McNeil Warren can be as effective, the way Quincy called him, a plus level starter, at least to start. This is a second round draft pick. I do think he's very talented, so I don't necessarily want him up on the line of scrimmage. Like, I want a great free safety. Like, I want the front 10 to hold it down and he filling all the gaps. Like, I want him to be an orchestrator. I want him to be the quarterback of the defense. Is that too much to ask for? I don't know. I really don't know.
He has this thing where he looks back a little bit too early. You know, he reads the quarterback eyes and is a little bit too, and I don't like his 40 time. With it being a 4.52 or 4.53, typically when you're running that one high safety, you want that guy to be low 4.4 or 4.3. So I don't know how confident I am that he can get sideline to sideline. If you look at a lot of his interceptions, he's playing half 2-man or cover 2, and he's making these plays. So I don't know how good he will be from middle of the field to the red line. So I want him more so in the box because, again, he gets the ball out with that peanut punch. He got good contact speed, and he gets interceptions. I think you need to put that guy around the box, especially with his size.
How do you? Sorry, Jason, how do you think Tyvis he fits in this season? Like, do you see him more as like the nickel guy? Do you think he'll be a starter? I think obviously by next year he's got to be a starter for as high as you drafted him. You know, top 60 pick, second round.
Yeah, I think that they rotate him in. I think that because you have chemistry with Ronnie Hickman and Grant Delpit, you probably will start off with those two as a starting safeties, but I think you rotate him in. I think he can play both. But if I was them, I would make sure to put him towards the line of scrimmage because of his size, because you see the trend in football with Kyle Hamilton and those guys being able to be such good playmakers in the box and getting rid of that extra linebacker. I think he can fit those same skill sets. So I would more so put him more in the box, more so than the post. But I do think we'll see a lot of packages where they run a 3 safety look. I think that they will put him out at the nickel. I trust him a little bit more in coverage than a Grant Delpit. I think Grant Delpit does a really good job with checking tight ends. I would put him more so on at the nickel position. Now, the thing about playing nickel is, even in a man-to-man situation, Justin, you know this, excuse me. You would understand, right. You would know that there is help everywhere. No matter what coverage you're in, you got help somewhere on the field. So when people hear like man-to-man coverage on a slot wide receiver, okay, when you're playing man, all I'm asking you to do is take away the outside. If he goes inside, you got a whole player there. If he runs a post, you got a post player. I just need you to run him into that guy, but you cannot get beat outside. Vice versa if they're running other coverages as well. And we're in a zone coverage, the speed of the receiver doesn't really matter. I need you to get to your spot and play your landmark. So I think he will be fine to be able to play in that nickel position. Plus, he's really good at triggering for the run defense. And if we're going back to if Rudy's style is more like Joe Wood's style, then that nickel will be involved in the run coverage a lot. He has a gap. It's usually the B gap or it's the backside A gap if the play is away. So if they're going back to that concept, you need a guy that's a good tackler to be in there. As we know, nickels aren't the best, corners aren't the best. No offense to the corners out there. They're not the best. So you can utilize this guy in a run coverage if you want to still stay nickel and teams want to come out in 11 personnel.
Yo, bro, what up, though? So we talked a lot about this last week, and you was kind of breaking down, you know, the league trending more towards everybody playing with 3 safeties, and these DBs is quote unquote turned into positionless football players. Andrew Berry talked about, you know, they did this a lot with Rodney McLeod. They did it a little bit with Jenkins, and seeing how this is something that they wanted to do, we might as well go ahead and cement this position a little bit more. Talk about, you know, the league trending towards 3 safeties, but then before that, what do you think E-Man's ceiling is as a football player? Like, if you talked about him at his best, who would you compare him to?
At his best, I would say he could be like a Kyle Hamilton for sure, because of the size, because of the ability to play the football, because of the ability to get the ball out. You know, if you're gonna take a linebacker off the field and put another safety in there, but one thing you have to be able to do is make sure you be able to stop the run. That's one. But if you're putting a DB in there and they're running pass and we're running zone, now you got a guy who you're not worried about a hook player not getting to his drop. You're not worried about him getting stopped up in the run or the play action or anything like that. He's able to turn around, get to a spot, and make the throw for the quarterback harder because of his size. He's 6'2". So I mean, that is harder to get the ball over those type of defenders anyways. I think that the reason that they're going back to this position, they're going to this position list, and again, it didn't start with Kyle Hamilton. It actually started with Tyrann Mathieu. He was actually the perfect guy because although he was smaller, you couldn't keep him off the field because he had a knack for getting to the football and finding the football and getting takeaways. And again, I always stress this defense has been really good. But the one thing that I want them to improve in is taking the football away. I know that they had like 15 on the season last year, but I want more. Taking away the football is the great equalizer in the game. You can be 14-point dogs, but if you win the takeover battle or the turnover battle, then you usually go on to win those games. And I think that's an area that the Browns needs to get better. And this guy does that. Just his ability to have a knack for the football is something that you have to keep on the field, and you will figure it out. Now, what makes me comfortable with him when it comes to the run game is that if you got Malik Collins and you got Mason Graham and these guys are as good as they say, you're not necessarily worried about a team running the ball straight down the middle. And that's where you would be worried if you didn't have those defensive tackles, because now you're talking about centers and guards getting up to that next level, getting hands on him, and now allowing him to, make those plays, creating seams. If your defensive tackle play is going to be this good, that means his jersey will be clean. He'll be free flowing. And if you're going to let him free flow and get to the ball, as you see in some of these highlights, he does a great job of getting to the ball carrier, and getting them down on the ground. So to me, I would put this guy on the field. You can't keep a playmaker off the field. You just can't.
He was mocked as a late first rounder,
22nd overall prospect.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you think was it the 40 time, or why do you think he slipped?
I think it was a little bit of the 40 time. And then maybe of it has to do with him playing in the MAC. I know Quinyon Mitchell did a really good job of coming from the MAC and doing really well with the Eagles. But, that maybe they looked at that as an outlier because Quinyon Mitchell also ran really well. He had the stats and he went to Senior Bowl and they was able to see him against some of the Big Ten and SEC teams. So maybe those type of things played a part in why they were comfortable taking him in the first round. When you go back and you watch the 40 time and then you look at, all right, against this competition, is it going to translate? And maybe there was a little hesitation there on, is it going to translate? To me, he's got the talent, he's got the skill set. The 40 time doesn't mean anything if you put him in the box. If you put him in the post, that's to me when the 40 time makes a difference, because if you're a one high team, you're asking this guy to get from the middle of the field to the red line, and running a 4.5 is I'm not saying it can't be done, not at all. It definitely can be done, but you have to be so smart and be able to anticipate that that's coming, that your room for error is very thin when you're not running a 4.3.
Tyvis, you said something about, coming from the MAC and playing in the NFL. You played with Jimmy Ward, right?
Yes, I did.
From the MAC, first round pick. When he got to the league, did he show any signs of not being ready for the NFL?
No, actually, Jimmy was very versatile. When I got to San Francisco, Jimmy had played safety, but they were transitioning him to corner. And Jimmy was one of the most athletic guys that I've ever played with. That's a guy that can play every position in the secondary as well, like myself. So to me, Jimmy was really good. But Jimmy also ran a 4.3, I believe. So that might be the determining factor right there.
Yeah.
Y'all got a question for you. Just looking outside of the Browns, we've done a lot of grading the Browns draft on paper and things like that, but you covered the entire NFL draft. What other teams did you look at and said, you know what, they did some damn good work over the weekend?
You know what I like what Baltimore did, and I like what Cincinnati did. Those are two teams.
I'm gonna check the rest of this out later. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm about to go in here, get this dinner on, get it going. Appreciate everybody who pulled up. Definitely like this, share this. You know what I'm saying? You can always subscribe for sure. We having fun, man. Now we're about to see if I can set up the spaces. And then I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. So Cleveland Brown spaces, man. I can't get the captions up, y'all. My bad. My fault. I do think it starts slow.
make a header for this.
I almost.
Yo, AZ, what up, man? I don't know what the fuck is going on, bro.
Well, we got to talk about Ocho's declaration.
Yeah, I was trying to make a header for this.
I almost started a space last night, but I, it's like, screw it. Because if it's true, that's a big deal. I don't care what anyone tells me.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. Shadeur is 24 years old. He's a grown man. He played 4 years of college football. If you think he's your franchise quarterback, you don't put him on the bench for the
man.
So
that's crazy.
So we got to figure. Well, you got to think: is Ocho just trying to get clicks?
No.
Did Jerry Jeudy tell him this 2 days ago when he was visiting him, or did someone else tell him? Because if they told Deshaun you got 6 games, that tells you everything. They don't believe in Shadeur at that point. They just don't. Let's just keep it real and let's stop sugarcoating. If you're committing to Watson for 6 games, I don't want to hear Shadeur's not ready. He's not some kid that played at Liberty for 2 seasons. He played 4 years of college football and he's 24 and he played half a season in the NFL. Don't give me he's not ready. It's a new one. No, come on.
No, that's a fact, bro. That's a fact.
That's coping. That's cope. Come on.
That's crazy.
But it might be false. We don't know.
It might be false, but this is the thing too. Ocho is cool with Dion. He cool with Coach Prime. I don't think he would even put us something false that's not in especially that's I'm pretty sure for him to say that and the way he was talking, he wasn't joking or he was literally.
It'd be one thing to say 2 to 4 games, but 6 games is a decent chunk of the season.
Yeah. No, seriously, and I don't think it's gonna be one of those things where it's man, he might actually play well and hold on to the job.
I think he'll play average football. To be honest with you, that's the most likely scenario.
Yeah,
maybe slightly average football. I mean, I don't know what you're if he throws for 225 a week, maybe. Some weeks 1 touchdown, 1 interception, maybe runs for 35 yards. That's kind of what I'm expecting from him. Maybe he'll do a little bit better some weeks. He won't be horrendous, but he also won't be, throwing for 350 and 3 TDs or anything like that.
Right.
We don't know, but there's something fishy about this to me because remember the QB coach did kind of still. We want to name our starter the first few days of camp.
Oh, he said that?
Oh yeah. I mentioned that in Spaces. Monken saying, "Oh, I need more time," and then the QB coach is like, "Yeah, by the end of the first week of camp, we should be able to name our starter."
Wow.
Here's my thing. I don't want to hear Shadeur's not ready. This kid's played 4 years of college football. Granted, it wasn't all at Colorado. He's 24 years old. He's played half a year in the NFL. I don't want to hear the excuse it's a new offense. No. He's not, like I said, he's not some kid that played at Southeast Louisiana and never played big time competition in some crazy offense. And now he's a huge, he's got to start from square one, or Drew Aller, where you're basically restarting from scratch with all his mechanics. That's not what this is.
Yeah.
So yesterday, the people are saying you can't start Shadeur because he's not ready. What do you mean he's not ready? Why isn't he ready? Physically, he's in the best shape of his life.
Easy. At the end of the day, he might not be ready.
But MJ, that's not normal for a second-year quarterback that was a 4-year college starter that half a season of NFL football. He might not be ready to be great, but he can't get on the field. Come on now.
He could probably get on the field. But at the end of the day, Monken got to win.
So what you're saying he's not
Monken
well,
said
MJ,
he
what you're
could be
saying he's not
competition.
that good.
Right now, he might
All
not
right.
be.
I mean
We never said Watson
but that's
was
hard
bad.
for a lot of people to accept.
I'm not even saying that. I mean, I don't think Watson's bad, to be honest. I think the biggest thing for Watson was his mental,
We
and
just
he was
don't
never on
know.
the
We
field.
don't like he
But
started out supposedly the reports were he started out looking amazing, and then when he actually had to face a real defense, he was throwing the ball into coverage a lot. If you believe Zach Jackson and some of the other reporters is like when they're doing like the regular
But
drills, he's
I
great.
also
But then when there's actual defense,
no, I understand all that. But also, I'll say the other point I was going to say is, I mean, maybe he just not. Maybe there's a lot of bad habits he learned his first year, or try to prove out his first year that Todd not really like.
well, but Shadeur had
At the
those
end of the
habits
day,
coming in where he drifted way too deep into the pocket, held the
yeah,
ball.
but that's my point. Like maybe there's certain habits, like maybe he looking good, but there's certain things he's not where the coach wants you to be at, so he don't trust you right away to
do
put you
y'all
in
think
there.
do y'all think the Browns is making a mistake by doing this?
I
If it's true.
it's something. I'm gonna say this. It's really hard to even speak on it, considering that we're not in the room to know what the day-to-day bases are. We don't necessarily know what everything Tom Monken's looking for. That's the kind of point I was gonna go to.
Yeah.
Like even if he is looking solid in these videos and snapshots, you know what I'm saying? It might not be what the coach wants. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think 6
Or it
games
might
is
not be.
long.
I don't even want to say where it's one. It might not be where he needs it to be at, or he prefer it to be
You
at.
know a question too? Oh, go
So,
ahead.
so I'll say this. I mean, I'm sure Ocho heard this from somebody. I don't think he's lying.
Judy.
But at the same token, if he ain't named the starter as a young player, who gives a fuck? I wouldn't care about none of this shit. Yeah, keep on doing what's the best for you. Keep on proving until there's a name. You ball out until there's a name out there.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying, Tom?
Yeah. And my question is, I was gonna say he said the first 6 games. So why 6 games? I wonder like where did what
Because you don't want
Actually, that
Watson
makes
looking
sense.
over his shoulder.
6 because I want to know like where did they get the
I don't.
6 from?
I don't even think that. I think that kind of makes sense, especially like when I heard Marshawn talk earlier the year and how I felt about the team in general. It kind of makes sense to me. I'll say this, you got a lot of new pieces in here, bro. So to even evaluate the QB, I don't know if the line gonna be ready. Like you know how long the line generally takes with 5 new starters. It's probably gonna take about a month for them to really
So
flow.
6 games.
It's just to be honest.
That's true. Now, MJ, let me follow up and ask you this. I heard it was good, man. So,
What's
what up,
good?
bro? Hey, look.
And that's
with
not
6
saying
games,
Ocho's right. I'm just saying. I'm
I
sure he
wanna
heard it
I
from
wanna
somebody.
know, do y'all think that the Browns felt like the 7 game samples, like we without mentioning what happened in camp, right? Without mentioning all that stuff, do y'all think that the Browns felt like the 7 game sample size? Some people felt like wasn't enough. Do y'all think the Browns felt like that 7 game sample size was enough for them to see what they had?
7 games for Shadeur?
Yeah.
I would say no.
The
If it
7
was
games that he
enough,
played,
he
do
would
y'all
be.
think they was able to see enough from him? Like as far as like we know where we
No.
can roll with him or we need somebody else or was the 7 games a large enough sample size for them?
As far as what? Like to
As
be the
far as
starter?
like being
To
able to
be the
evaluate
franchise?
him.
They got some type of evaluation, obviously, but clearly it wasn't enough.
Yeah. Because I'm like, if Watson getting 6 games, shit, that's less than what damn Shadeur had. That's a game less than what Shadeur had. So, I mean,
Yeah, but there are a couple of things different when you say that, like I said, let's say quote unquote, this is what happens. We end up starting Deshaun in the first 6 games. He pretty much, they're evaluating the first 6 games, right? One, he's a vet, so no matter what, his leeway is not gonna be the same as a rookie leeway trying to be introduced to the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At another level and trying to catch up to the speed of the game and the dynamics of the game. So one, that's that, and then two, like I said, you have a lot of young pieces coming in here. You got a lot of first and second year players, and then you have a whole 5 new line when none of these guys play together. So now these guys gonna have to learn each other's tendencies, get used to everybody's voices and everything. When there's a lot of stunts and doubles, you know what I mean? There's a lot of shit. Their chemistry gonna have to build and build fast. So in my opinion, I'm hoping to see like out of everybody throughout the preseason and like the training camp and everything, I hope they play a lot together. Like even if you don't put out the QBs to play a lot of reps in the preseason, I think that line need all the reps they can get.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I'm saying this, fella. We have never seen this ever, bro. We have never seen a 5 whole new line in the NFL. Like that's never happened, bro. Like you know how crazy that sounds.
Yeah. I don't think we gonna. Do you think the fans gonna have the patience though for the line to?
Oh, the fans, hell no. But at the end of the day, that's why, like, I don't know if you remember. If I told you if we started 2-2 and 1-3, it wouldn't surprise me, bro, because there's a lot of moving pieces.
Yeah,
Like I want to be optimistic,
and don't get
but
me wrong,
your
2 and
baseline,
2 is a good
the
start.
baseline of your team, yeah, like a good floor starts with your line.
Yeah, and look,
I'm not saying you can't win games without a line. Like we seen it last year, but we see how much shit also had to go right and all the extra shit. You know what I mean?
so hey, 2 and 2.
Even
Welcome to Real McCoy TV, where faith intertwines with daily life, empowering us to inspire positive change. Our mission is not just to share our story, but to uplift our community and celebrate authentic tales of faith and family. Journey with us and witness Cleveland's vibrant sports scene alongside heartwarming church events and cherished family moments, all showcasing our shared values. New content graces your screens every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday evenings, making it easy to engage with us on this enlightening adventure. We invite you to be part of the Real McCoy experience. Whether you wish to call in, join discussions, or collaborate, your voice matters. Plus, support our mission through Cash App, GoFundMe, or Patreon. Together, we create a thriving community of faith and support where every contribution counts.